Hi, and welcome to Camille's Country Corner. On today's episode, we will be making some mini pumpkin swirl cheesecakes. And not only will this be a special treat, but it is also being made by my daughter Lexy. So we're going to turn it over to her kitchen, and she's going to show you how to make these pumpkin cheesecakes. Take it away, Lexy.
Hi there, my name is Lexy. I am Camille's daughter, and today I am going to be making, like she said, mini cheesecakes with pumpkin swirl. I'm undecided yet if I want to show how I make a pumpkin caramel or if I'm going to just add pumpkin caramel to those, but perfect treat for this fall time. So let me show you how to get started. For this recipe, you are going to need royal cinnamon, sweet allspice, cloves, nutmeg, vanilla, extract, 2 eggs, powdered sugar, flour, regular granulated sugar, cream cheese, graham crackers, pumpkin puree, and butter. Alright, so to start this recipe, we are going to make the graham cracker crust. So right here I have 7 graham crackers in a bowl. I already squished them up. You can buy pre-squished graham crackers, or you can do what my mom says and take out your aggression and break up that graham cracker. So nice and fine, kind of like sand. To that, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. For the next part, we're going to do a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. And then to this, we're gonna add 5 tablespoons of melted butter. We buy unsalted butter because I just like to use it for multiple things and then control how much salt I'm putting inside of that. Let me go get a little whisk. All right, and then we're just going to mix this together as much as we can until it becomes like wet sand. So mini cheesecakes are definitely my favorite thing. My mom used to own a bakery. I don't know if she said that before, but she owned a bakery called Camille's Bakery and More, and she would make cheesecakes, and in her stand behind the counter, I would go and steal cheesecakes and eat all the strawberry loveliness that she put on top of it, and then she would have no more cheesecakes to sell. All right, so now I have this mixture. It's nice and wet, it's compact. You can tell because it's sticking on the inside of my whisk. So this is ready to put into the lined cupcake tins to be ready for the next step. So let me go grab that tin. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just take a regular spoon. I like the soup spoon, and I'm gonna just do 1 scoop in each. This recipe will make 12 of these mini cheesecakes, which is just like your standard cupcake or muffin tin, so works out pretty well. The suggestion for this recipe too is if you want to use the liners, which I highly suggest you do so you don't mess up your pan, is to double line them so that your liners don't break on you while they're cooking with all that liquid that's on the inside. All right, so now I'm gonna just take the back of my spoon and I'm just gonna squish down the filling for the crust to make it so we have an even bottom when it bakes. Alrighty, and there you have it. Let's go to the next step. Alright, so for this next step, we are going to make the cream cheese cheesecake base. So what we're gonna do is take 16 ounces of softened cream cheese. I pulled this out about 2 hours ago. I do live in Arizona, so it does get a little bit warmer in here, a little bit faster. But we want it to be nice and smooth so it's easy to come off of this wrapper. Maybe I left it sit too long. All right, awesome. So we have our cream cheese in there. The next thing that we need is powdered sugar. So I think I suck and I don't have enough powdered sugar, so I'm gonna substitute it with regular granulated sugar. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. I did just buy a Vitamix, so technically I could just make powdered sugar, which isn't too hard, but I don't wanna pull that out and wash it. So the powdered sugar is just supposed to make it nice and airy and fluffy, but I'm gonna get that consistency anyway. A little off, it's okay. I don't think it's going to hurt any. I'll just do a little bit less sugar. But this is supposed to be a 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. Good combination there. Don't tell my mom. I didn't do that. Alrighty. Vanilla extract. Alright, so what we need next is vanilla extract. This is just Madagascar vanilla, non-alcoholic flavoring. Gonna eyeball that. It's 1 teaspoon. Alright, and then I'm just gonna cream this together, and then I'm gonna separate our eggs while I do that. Let me grab a spatula. So you can see the consistency of this has already changed. It's nice and creamy. It's kind of reminiscent of like when you're making cheesecake or cream cheese buttercream. Yeah, cheese cream buttercream. I'm just scraping the sides, making sure that that cream cheese has been fully incorporated. Now we're just gonna use the egg whites in this recipe. So calls for 2 egg whites. It says to add 1 at a time. I don't think it matters too much. I'll add as much as I can in half and then the other, and then let this go. We're not gonna overbeat this. We're just gonna make sure that it's nice and smooth and delicious. And now our cream cheese cheesecake mixture is nice and smooth and runny. That's how we're gonna like it. It will bake super fluffy and nice because of the eggs that we put inside of this. So we're gonna set this off to the side and make our pumpkin swirl puree that's gonna go all throughout it. It's gonna be super delicious. Let's get set up for that part. All right, so for the pumpkin swirl, we're gonna start off with pumpkin puree. And it's gonna call for 1/3 of a cup. Let's see if I have 1/3 of a cup. You can roast your own pumpkin. You can buy the pumpkin puree. Whatever works for you. I feel like roasting a pumpkin takes forever. I don't wanna do that. Okay, 1/3, plop that guy in here. All right, and then to this, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then it calls for 1/8 of a teaspoon of allspice, which is like a pinch. I feel like it needs to be a little bit more spicy than that, so I also have some nutmeg that I'm just gonna sprinkle a couple dashes into. Same with cloves. You can use a substitute for pumpkin pie spice if you'd like that instead, but I don't have pumpkin pie spice. Okay, I'm gonna incorporate those spices. This will make it nice and warm and tasty. This on its own would be so good. All right, see how the color's already changed because of how spicy it's gotten? Beautiful. At this point, it also calls for 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, so I'm just gonna do 1 at a time. It already smells like fall in here. Nothing's even baking yet. Second one. Now I know what you're thinking, Lexy, that doesn't look like it's going to be a lot of swirling action going on, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a good spoonful, technically it's supposed to be 2/3 cup of the cheesecake mixture and plop it in here and mix it together, and then we have our swirl. So let me just take a good amount. It's like 1/3, let's do another. If we need more, we can always add more to it. This also gives it some fat to bind onto so it doesn't cook unevenly inside of the muffins. All right, there we go. Now it's time to build our swirls. I'm gonna go grab that pan. I'm just gonna do a little bit of the cheesecake mixture into each one. I don't have a little scoop, but that's okay. All right, and then we're gonna just follow that along with a little scoop of the pumpkin mixture. And we're just gonna keep doing this until the mixture is gone. So I will show you what they look like and how to finish off those tops here in just a moment in movie magic. All right, so to get that pretty swirl design, I just have a dowel that I broke in half, and then we're just gonna take it and kind of swirl it around here. This will also help to just bring it down the peaks on it so it doesn't bake funky. So I'm just gonna swirl it around. You know those people who do latte art? This is what they would be really good at, is like making intricate swirl designs on the top of these. Okay. So I have my oven preheated at 300 degrees. These go in for 30 minutes, but you flip them or rotate the pan after half the time. So I'm gonna put these in for 15 minutes, take a look at them, make sure they're flipped, and then once they are done after the other 15 minutes, I'll show you what they look like. This one looks like it needed more. That's okay. Smooth out this. All right. Now that's done, let me just throw this into the oven and we'll be right back. All right, so here is what they look like when they are done. They do poof up just a little bit, but as they cool, they will deflate back down just a tad. So we're gonna let these come to room temperature, and then we are going to pop them into the refrigerator for a little bit before we try them so that we have the best shot. But look at how pretty my swirls came out. All right, so these are done now, so let's give them a taste. Here's that crust section. You can see the swirl on the inside. It definitely tastes like a cheesecake and a pumpkin pie was like swirled together and had a little baby. I also made, like I said earlier, some pumpkin caramel. I literally mixed pumpkin spices, and caramel together. So let's try a little of that. Definitely amps up that pumpkin flavor. It's really good. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys like, subscribe, and share this video. We have new videos every we post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So if you like this, please hit that like button. We'll see you next time. Bye.